All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers out there that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. It's like, yeah, all right, so I just want to do a short lesson. Or however long the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, They Ain't the People. Alright? And the people that I'm talking about are the 1948ers or the small hats or Amalek. Alright? The people in the land of Jerusalem today. Alright? And Lord will, as better can see on the screen, I have this article here and it says Israeli laser defense system able to intercept drones and missiles in a test. Jerusalem Rupert's, a high-powered laser defense system, has for the first time passed a test to intercept drones, missiles, and other arsenal threats. Now, when you read Isaiah the 14th chapter, it says that all nations shall be enslaved once the true children of Israel are placed back in the promised land, which is the land of Israel. All right, it says that all nations are going to be enslaved to them. So who are they worried about fighting? All nations are supposed to be enslaved to them, according to the prophecies. All right, and on top of that, Isaiah the 2nd chapter speaks about when the children of Israel have been placed, the true children of Israel have been placed back into the land of Israel, the promised land, which is the land of Israel. All right, nations not going to learn war anymore. So who are they worried about fighting? All right, if they're the true children of Israel and the fulfillment of the Lord putting his people back in the land of Israel happened in 1948. And those people in the land today are the true biblical Israelites. Who are they worried about fighting? The prophecy said they ain't supposed to be worried about nothing. All right? But again, people like Vocal Malone and other Christian groups, even nigga pastors. We've been out there on the highways and the byways. You had nigga pastors come up and we'll ask, and they'll defend those 1948ers and say they're the true people of Israel. Like we had one dude, this was a long time ago. He said that a pastor or whatever, he calls himself a prophet of the Lord. He said that the Most High is gonna the Most High hates America. He does, but he's upset with America. But he blesses America because we protect those people in the land of Israel. All right, like straight up promise. The God said, a pastor said that. He actually said, a nigga pastor told us that. All right, a long time ago, he told us that the Most High is going to destroy him. Bald head, we call him the bald head prophet. All right, but aka the Black Smurf. But yeah, man. That's his true name on the internet, the Black Smurf. But yeah. Um, why don't they question these people, man, about those scriptures? But they question us. Again, even niggas question. All right. Um, is Israel has accelerated the rollout of the laser-based interceptor as a part of a plan to adopt such technology and reduce the high costs currently incurred by shooting down incoming projectiles. The laser is a game changer that is, and you're supposed to have spiritual powers. You're supposed to have spiritual powers. It's supposed to have spiritual powers. And where the 144,000 and 12,000 out of each tribe? All right, you're supposed to have spiritual powers. The Lord Yahweh Shah is supposed to be there. King David is supposed to be there. All right, and again, outside of that, the scriptures say that all nations supposed to be enslaved to you. Nobody's supposed to be able to come up against you. All right, but why are you building missiles and things like that? And again, nobody questions these people though. That's all I'm gonna read. But nobody questions these people. Cause they basically just tell on themselves, man. But again, no, the world isn't questioning them. The only ones that questions them is the hopeful elect. All right. And you have a few those truthers out there that are questioning them, but nobody questions them. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 2, verse I start at verse 2. And it shall come to pass that in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. Verse 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, let us go up to the mountains of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he would teach us of his ways. Is everybody going to the land of Israel to learn the laws? They're not keeping the laws. The way of the Lord is his law, statutes, and commandments. They're not even keeping the laws over there. They don't execute the people, members of the LGBTQ community. They have gay parades or whatever over there. All right. There's men that walk around over there that don't have beards. They can grow a beard, but they shave it off. All right. They don't keep none of the laws. And nobody for sure ain't going to learn the laws from them. All right. And we will walk in the path of Zion shall go forth the law, Salaki, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their pruning hooks into spears. And nations shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So what are these people doing? What are they doing? Building a defense system. It said the nation should not learn war anymore. All right? And this is when the true biblical Israelites are placed back in the promised land, which 1948 was supposed to be the fulfillment of that. And all nations are supposed to be enslaved to them. All right, pruning hooks and plowshares and pruning hooks is to do what? To do work, slavery, to slave, to plow the fields. All right, so that's what they're supposed to be doing. When the true biblical Israelites are placed back in the land of Israel, the other nations are going to be slaves. All right, the other heathen nations are supposed to be slaves. All right. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. Okay, so 1948 was supposed to be the fulfillment of that. And Jacob is all 12 tribes, not just one or two. They claim Judah and Levi. All right, and the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, those are the Israelite foreigners, which they put Hamites. They got Hamites in the land, claiming to be the children. They're not Israelites. They're Hamites. All right. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Because there's black Israelites too, and they're these Hamites that they got over there in the land of Israel. All right. And the people shall take them. There could be some Israelites among them, but the ones I've seen that they're saying that there are such things as black Jews. The ones I've seen, they're all Hamites. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, which is the land of Jerusalem, for servants and handmaids. So where are the slaves? Where are y'all slaves at? All right. When the lockdowns and things like that were happening, when the crown, that's not supposed to happen. The crown royal, none of that's supposed to be happening over there. All right. Speaking about that. All right. But I've seen commercials and all on TV. One commercial showing I guess it's supposed to be Holocaust about. I don't know. It's some pitiful, like they show them African kids how they're starving it over there, them Hamite kids. It's one commercial showing them so-called Jews, all right, showing how they're living in poverty and all of that. They're supposed to have slaves. There's no way you can live in poverty if you have slaves. You got people that do work for you for free to make money, all right. But there's people over there that are poor, all right. And they could be Israelites, but suffering the curses. But they look like rats to me, man. All right, they look like rats. But again, they could be just suffering the curses. All right, but yeah, it's a video or an ad on TV showing so-called Jews how they're living in poverty and sending them money and stuff like that. They're all supposed to have slaves. There's no way you can be poor if you got slaves. All right, if you're doing it right. And they shall take them captives, who captives they were, which were captives under you Edomites, which you 1948ers are Edomites. All right, so we're going to take you captive, and they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. They shall rule over their oppressors. All right, and the true children of Israel will rule over their oppressors. All right, Salakia brothers. So, let's go to this. Let's go to Isaiah 11. This is Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. It's supposed to be no worries, man, over there in the land of Israel. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb and the leopard, so like it shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child lead them, so like it. Verse 7. And the cow and the bear shall feed, and the young one shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the ass, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the